Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Nalo, and today's topic is going to be over something that I'm a little bit late on, which is the new collections we could potentially get now that Inferno, Overpass, and Italy have been introduced in CS2 with their new maps and their new logos. Although I'm late, I think I've drummed up a lot to add to this topic, so stick around. We'll get right into that after a word from our sponsor, SkinSwap. This video is sponsored by SkinSwap. So SkinSwap is a marketplace and trading site, and it's got a ton of great features. If you want to swap out some of your old skins for new ones, you can go ahead and use the Trades tab. They've got a huge inventory of different items to choose from, but if you just want to instantly cash out your skins, they also have a sell feature that allows you to put your skins in and get paid directly. Or you can even use the site as a regular marketplace, and you can buy discounted skins directly from their inventory. When you use the link in the description, you can get a completely free item, and also SkinSwap offers a 40% deposit bonus. So go check out SkinSwap with the link below. Thanks. Alright guys, let's talk about the potential of some new collections. So first and foremost, I wanted to talk about the collections that we currently have for these maps and when those came out. Starting off, we have Italy, which came out in November 27th of 2013. It's also the oldest of the three collections, and it has very lackluster skins, so it could definitely use some R&R. Now for Inferno, we've actually had two different collections so far. The first one was released August 14th, 2014, which is also a very long time ago. If you didn't know, that old Inferno collection actually has the M4A4 Tornado in it, which is actually one of my favorite skins in the game. Now the second Inferno collection was released September 1st, 2018, along with the update to the active drop pool, which is why you can now get an SG Integral as a weekly drop. Now as for Overpass, it's actually one of the more iconic collections. That one came out July 1st, 2014, and this one's also very prolific. We've had Overpass souvenir packages for a very long time. It's just apparently a really good map that sees a lot of play on the pro circuit. This old Overpass collection features the Masterpiece, the Op Pink DD pads, and of course the Olaf Pass items are from Overpass as well, so a lot of really cool iconic stuff from this collection. Now the first point to talk about with the potential for new collections is that the maps are actually already released. You can currently go and boot up CS2 and play all of these new maps. You can still play Italy, but it's an alternative game mode. Now, although these maps are already in the game and we didn't get new collection drops the same time that these maps drop, I want you all to recall back in Operation Riptide, where we got the Dust 2, Vertigo, Train, and Mirage 2021 collections. Now with Operation Riptide, none of these maps had actually been significantly changed. They just used the operation to release new collections for them. So basically, if we do get an operation in the future for CS2, which should be very possible, it's very likely that we could see the new collections dropped as part of the operation. Basically, even though CS2 wasn't launched with these new collections, it's still possible that the operation drops them. Now, as for the likelihood of an operation coming out, I do see it as something that is very possible. We are massively lacking on content when it comes to CS2, and an operation is a fantastic way to introduce more content to the game, and with how many new eyes are on CS2, it would make a lot of sense, both monetarily and just for the posterity of the game in general. As I've said in previous videos, I expect an operation at least within the first month of the game's release. Now, there's probably some people asking about the Anubis package, and if these new collections would be introduced as normal packages like Anubis is. However, I personally don't think this is going to happen. The reason for this is because Anubis was a very special case. The only reason that we actually had a normal Anubis collection that was released in that type of buyable box is because of the timing of the map pool rotation and the competitive circuit with the Paris Major. Basically, the only thing that Valve could do to give Anubis a souvenir package was to also release this normal package into the in-game store. That's just how the timing worked out. It was pretty unfortunate. So that's why if we see a new Italy, Inferno, and Overpass collection, I don't think they'll be introduced as these normal boxes like the Anubis packages. That's my interpretation at least. I'd say the most likely scenario is that if we do get these new collections, they will be launched with an operation. That just makes the most sense for me. Now in terms of likelihood of us actually getting these new collections, I would say that Overpass actually has the highest chance of getting a new collection. The reason for this is twofold. Obviously, we haven't had a new Overpass collection in a very long time, but more importantly, it's a significant map in the game, and it did get a pretty major rework for CS2. One of the big things about the Overpass release was the water dynamics, for example, so it's sort of also tied to the game for technological reasons as well. So that's why I think Overpass is the most likely collection release. Next, I'd probably surprisingly say Italy. Now, Italy is the oldest non-updated one of these collections, and it definitely could use an update. But the problem is that Italy is such an insignificant map that I don't really see it happening. It's only played in alternative game modes, and it's not very iconic. So for that reason, it may be a little bit more unlikely that they release a new collection for it. Now, Inferno I would say is the least likely one, and that's just because it's already had two collections. Now, I know that in Riptide we actually got like a third Dust collection, for example, but the problem with Inferno is that the 2018 Inferno collection is still in the active drop pool. And I think that's the biggest confounding factor for why it probably won't get a new collection. So basically, I see Overpass getting a new collection for sure, Italy's maybe, and then Inferno I find to be a little bit unlikely. But who knows, in the next operation they could just release all three. Now probably the biggest and most important question that most people are wondering, should you invest in these? Now provided these do come out in an operation like I'm guessing, then yes, they're probably going to be a pretty fantastic investment. If we look back at the previous reiterations of these collections from Operation Riptide, those collections have performed very well. Most of those skins have increased by at least 2.5 times to around 4 times, and some of the skins even more than that. Those are relatively okay returns for the length of time since the operation, so if we were to get these new collections as part of an operation, they should be pretty solid investments as well. However, if for whatever reason we were to get these collections in the form of normal boxes like Anubis, then no, these probably won't be very good investments. Anubis is infinitely available, of course, which is the biggest factor limiting its long-term price growth. If the Anubis package were to get removed from the in-game store, that would be pretty good, but so far they haven't done that, and I don't think they have any plans to as well. So if these collections do come out in that form, I'd probably avoid them. But yeah, that's basically going to sum up everything that I wanted to talk about. Hopefully this is a nice, short, and concise video explaining the possibilities of these collections being released and the investment potential of them. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it. It helps me immensely and costs you absolutely nothing. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for the best CS2 investment tips anywhere else on YouTube. Check out my Discord server and my Twitter with links in the description below. I'm extremely active on Discord and Twitter, and you can ask me any questions that you have completely for free, and I'll answer them as long as I have time. And of course, be sure to check out SkinSwap with the first link in the description. Thanks guys, see you next time, peace.